Our topic is psychology in cosmetic ads. The reason why we picked this topic is that nowadays cosmetic product advertisement is an essential part in cosmetic product marketing, and psychology is not only applied but also reflected throughout the whole process, from the product itself to the customers. In our slides, we will present 6 major topics. Firstly, we will use Maslow's hierarchy to explore what need may cosmetic products fulfill, and then we will apply emotion theory on how does cosmetic products ads affect customers' emotion. And then we will also explore the question about in what way can incentive theory be combined with cosmetic ads. The theory of motivation will be applied to answer the question about what do people exactly want, internally and externally, from purchasing cosmetic products. Conformity will be used in how do cosmetic ads influence as many individuals as possible. And finally, we will use culture to answer the question about how does culture affect consumption behavior in cosmetic product field.
What needs may cosmetic products fulfill? What needs should cosmetic ads emphasize to attract customers? Referring to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we find the answers. Interpreting Maslow's hierarchy of needs has been widely applied in marketing and advertising. Each level represents a certain type of need, and different products are purchased to satisfy one or more of them. This is the same in the case of cosmetic products. So, what needs particularly? Usually, we will consider cosmetic fulfill additional needs like belongingness, esteem, and self-actualization, other than the sociological and safety. For the belongingness, people buy beauty products to catch up the latest trend. Thus, they can gain a sense of acceptance to a group. Many cosmetic ads learn about that, so they create popularity about their products, like what Urban Decay did in this picture, to persuade customers if they buy, they will be trendy. What's more, some purchase cosmetic, especially the luxury and high-end ones, for the need of esteem, such as showing off socio-economic status. Applying this to cosmetic ads, brands can emphasize how prestigious or scarce the brand is in the ad contests to attract esteemed buyers. The last but not the least, consumers can even pay money for the highest level of needs, self-actualization to show one's ability, personal values, and etc. In the case of cosmetic ads, we can relate this need to the recent rise of feminism by adding gender equality and women empowering images to the ads. These can be popular to consumers. Now let's talk about combining incentive theories in ads to persuade more customers. Psychologically, incentives are the stimuli of one's action. According to relevant studies, if consumers can see their incentives displayed in the ads, people are more likely to buy advertised products. This is because they can associate themselves with the ad. Such ads are called resonating advertisements, in which consumers can see how well the beauty brands understand their needs. Therefore, they are more willing to pay money. Moving forward from incentive theory to motivations, let's look at what people exactly want internally or externally from purchasing cosmetic products, and what hints can be provided to cosmetic ads. For the intrinsic motivations, customers are motivated to pay money for the sake of the behavior, which is buying cosmetic products itself. Such motivators can be the relaxation or a pure sense of happiness. Cosmetic brands can add such elements to ads. As for extrinsic motives, they are often stimulated by the benefits beyond the product itself. To do research on such motivation that current customers want from buying cosmetic products is important, especially for designing proper advertisements. For instance, the external stimuli can be to pursue a younger looking or to seek for beauty aspirations in ads, like what are shown in these 2 pictures.
From now on, I am going to present emotion part. more on Isaac's question with how does cosmetic product advertisement affect customers' emotion. We may find answer onward. Definition of emotion is a kind of information from which we can understand what we think and others think in our daily life situation. Additionally, with the aid of knowing our emotion and other emotions, we know how to get along with ourselves and others so that we can apply emotion in advertisement to boost profit of the cosmetic product. Emotional advertisements are used a lot in cosmetic advertisement, especially pride, love, achievement, loneliness are performing best in the cosmetic advertisement. Using an emotional response, it gives great influence to consumers to buy product. According to statistics, with emotional per screen, 31% of advertisements are successful. However, advertisements with focus on rational content, only 16% of advertisements are successful. Therefore, statistics prove that advertisement with emotion is more effective to promote consumers to buy a product. L'Oreal, they are changing their advertisement strategy to more focus on the emotion over the product. They said emotions are there but not less at the center of the communication. What we are doing now is trying to focus on new sort of content that can trigger this type of impact. As they focus on emotion in an advertisement, they trying to attract more consumers to buying their product.
From now on, I'm going to talk about conformity aspects. First of all, conformity is referring to any changes in behavior caused by another person or group. Definition of beauty is supposed to be extremely subjective, as way that human being think is different. However, definition of beauty and standard of beauty has been idealized due to many influencers, such as a blogger, celebrities, and etc. This situation has recently become more severe as Instagram has introduced a new algorithm giving popular posts more visibility. This form of trend inhibits others to discover a new definition of beauty and make us to conform with the trend. According to the slide that we have learned during lecture, it states that the reason why we conform is normative social influence. More exposure and influence of influencer creates its norm and culture. This pressure of normative social influence to conform with the images all over the internet and what everyone else is doing is really high. Due to idealized environment, people will follow the trend urged by those influencers as it excites our desire to gain others' acceptance and avoid others' rejection. Humans' conformity to normative social influence can be proven by Ash's study. This kind of trend affects one's self-esteem as well. In order to gain others' acceptance and avoid others' rejection, people are pressurized of having Instagram face generated by social media and television. This phenomenon actually affects the normal everyday people. It encourages people to have the same appearance, hence it promotes people to put on a heavy makeup or even go for a cosmetic surgery. Kyle Jenner as an influencer is one of the great examples that shows this trend. This kind of situation promotes de-individuation, which means people sometimes lose their individuality once they become part of the social group.
Next, I will talk about the cultural influence on the advertising of cosmetic products. Culture, by definition, is a unique system of values, attitudes, and beliefs within a specific region, which has great influence on people's social behavior, especially in consumption behavior, like purchasing cosmetic products. Different cultures probably have different standards and preferences for beauty. This implies that the advertising strategies should adapt to different cultures in the cosmetics industry. For example, in masculinity cultures, people attach importance to quantity of life. They show more competitiveness, assertiveness, and more desire for wealth. This indicates that advertising should emphasize on the material benefits.
improved personal image of confidence, better job opportunities, etc. And the design style should be bold, robust, and energetic with strong colors. By contrast, in femininity cultures, people focus more on the quality of life. They consider it important to form good relationships with others and live a harmonious life. So, the advertising should emphasize on the improved interpersonal relationships, modest and gentle personal image, happier moods, etc., after using the cosmetic products. And the design format should be soft, mild, and aesthetic with warm colors. And let's see another comparison between individualism and collectivism. In individualism cultures, people tend to display their personal characteristics. They pay more attention to their own well being and development. Therefore, the advertising should display the unique and superior personal image after using the cosmetic products. And the design should be eye-catchy and original enough in order to attract the individualists. While in collectivism cultures, people are likely to act as a member of a large group. They care for each other's feelings and try to avoid conflicts. So, in the advertisements, contents can include that people enjoy beauty as an intimate group after using the cosmetics. And the design should emphasize more on the harmony in the relationships.
Cosmetic advertisements are able to attract consumers in different culture, gender, race, and age to buy advertised products in many ways. So what psychological hints can cosmetic advertisements put into practical to increase attraction? Based on our group's analysis, Maslow's hierarchy indicates that people are pursuing belongings, esteem, and self-actualization when purchasing beauty products. Accordingly, advertisements should insert relevant messages, creating popularity, displaying prestige, including personal values. Furthermore, media advertisements on TV and the internet can attract more consumers by emotion-driven advertising, suggesting the application of emotional appeals. However, social media trends inhibit others to discover a new definition of beauty and make us to conform, which requires our attention. Referring to the incentive theory and motivation, cosmetic advertisements should cater for the internal and external motives as well as needs of potential customers. The last but not the least, as different cultures have different standards of beauty, there is different sensibility to advertising. Thus, cosmetic advertisements should adapt to different cultural characteristics. These are our references. Thank you for your listening.